I mentioned in the introduction a little bit earlier about prophetic words affecting the royal family. Have you got can you shortly fill me in on that?
Yes, a friend of mine, David, worked for the Romanian royal family, King Michael and Queen Anne.
Okay.
Queen Anne is cousin to our Queen, and Margherita, her daughter, is cousin to Charles. They're very close. And they were kicked out of the country, and they ended up living in Geneva. And I did a conference for YWAM leaders in Geneva, and David said, I'll come with you and get you to meet the King and the Queen. So I said, Gosh. We've already met. I mean, we've met several times, but it's a handshake and hello, and they know who I am. But I went there, and they asked for prayer, and so I prayed for them. And then I left 2 books. One was Ravi Zacharias, a visage, the real face of atheism, because that had ground their country into oblivion almost. And then my autobiography. They're both brilliant academics, so I knew they would read Ravi's book. But a few weeks later, Princess Margherita, who calls me the God Squad, said, my mother's read your book, she needs to see you. She's read it twice in the last 3 weeks. So I said, well, would you like me to come over? She said, no, we found out when you're free. We're coming over Monday week. She's had to ask permission of Queen Elizabeth because you've got a queen coming into someone else's territory.
Oh, right.
So they came over, and Queen Anne and I sat under a tree in our garden, and David and his wife and my wife Anona are all praying in my office, which is a big glass wall looking out. She poured out her heart about the royal family, going way back to the marriage of the Duke and the Queen. And I sat there thinking, this is worth millions. She doesn't know she can trust me. And then I eventually, after having listened to her, I said, ma'am, thank you for this. Why have you come? And she said, well, I thought Christianity was rules and dogma, and I hate both. But I realised reading your book that Jesus is offering friendship to simple people like me. How can I be his friend?
Oh, how lovely.
So I led her to Christ.
Right.
Then Margherita phoned me 3 weeks later to say, what on earth have you done with my mother? I said, what do you mean, Princess Margherita? She said, she's found her vocation. She's a different woman. Right. And then she came and did 2 big meetings with me, one in London, one in Bristol. And she was so overcome by the Holy Spirit that on both occasions I had to quietly stand behind her, put my hand on her back, because she was just going to collapse on the floor. Yeah, right. Absolutely extraordinary.
Brilliant.
And she did say, what is this? I was nervous on the first night, but I'm not nervous tonight. And I told her about what was going on in Toronto all those years back. Right. And she said, so you think this is the Holy Spirit? And I said, yes, I do, ma'am. And she said, isn't he wonderful?
Why not start your day with Inspirational Breakfast, Monday to Fridays from 7 a.m, only on Premier Christian Radio, where faith comes to life.